Well, a very good evening and welcome to Broadcast, the Sunday Kickstarter KISS 102.4 radio show. Now, no Kickstarters this week, so it's another special edition today where I'm going to be looking at the retail games that came out this year. I do this every December. I round up all of the retail games of the year and look through them all, pick out a short list and then choose two of them. So I'm going to tell you my short list with songs in between, as usual, because we like to play music on this show to entertain you, of course. And you might find some that you've heard of and some you may have not heard of. And I'll give you some of my explanations on why I picked these out as my short list. And at the end of the show, I will be revealing the two that I have chosen. But before I talk about my first one, I'm going to the first song. I'm just saying welcome to the broadcast. If you're coming from YouTube or you're coming from the podcast itself on Podomatic, you're jolly welcome here, and I hope you're all doing fine. If you're from YouTube, a lot of these songs are going to be trimmed, and that's why it goes out on YouTube on the Monday. But if you want the hot off the press version of Broadcast, full fat version with all the songs in, try to subscribe to the podcast. Now, anyway, I must say great thanks to the Tabletop Gaming magazine, which the December issue is the best games of 2021. It rounds up all of the retail games that they've reviewed. Really, really good magazine for finding out lots of retail games, and there was lots there. And this year I have had so much fun going through it. In fact, they have a website, tabletopgaming.co.uk. You can go to tabletopgaming.co.uk and hit reviews. It's very slow to go through that website, actually, but the magazine itself is fantastic. You can download it digitally also, and it really is a one-stop shop to look at all the retail games. And if any of them take your fancy, then you can go online and look for reviews and stuff and further information, because that's the benefit of retail, is you get many, maybe of your favourite YouTubers that are actually reviewing it. Anyhow, so today we are going to be doing a mixed bag of music, of what I've been discovering, because December I look at some of the songs of the year and all that good stuff, and this first song is probably my favourite song of the year, and it's from Adele, from the album 30, as she's turned 30, and she recently got divorced, I think, and this album's basically part of that breakup, so she's become a bit more soul and rhythm and blues into her music. But this is the single she brought out this year, which was called Easy on Me, with fantastic production value, and really stands out as, for me, the best song of 2021. So Adele, please take it easy on me. Now, the first game on my list is BattleCon Devastation of Indies from Level 99 Games. Now, this bloody game. It's basically a card fighting game, a bit like Street Fighter, where you move back and forward on a 2D plane. But there's 32 unique fighter decks and components. So many different characters, and these characters all come from either sluggers, experts, mages, tinkerers, tacticians, and disruptors. And there's 2 extra fighters in the box as well, bonus ones that you get. You really have to kind of learn the character as well as learning how to fight with them. There's like hidden depth between each one. And what I really like about it is that the not only have you got all this options and stuff, but it's like they've got so much in this box, it's unbelievable. So you're getting a great value proposition. And it roughly retails around £60. in the UK, and on Amazon it's $83. Shipping to Mexico is going to put it around $100 for me if this gets picked, but sounds really fantastic. And there's multiplayer that go up to 5 players. There's boss scenarios, several dungeon crawls in the box, and arena cards that add more challenge, and there's loads of additional information with backstories for the characters and narratives and stuff, just to make it feel bigger than actual box that it actually is. So yeah, it's actually a box of fun for if you like fighting games, and it's card based. I've got I have to look around my shelf because I'm not very good with names. Dice Throne. I do have Dice Throne 2nd edition. That kind of I do enjoy that, but the 32 characters in a box just sounds fantastic at retail. And it's a bit different than Dice Throne because you can move backwards and forwards on the 2D plane, a bit like Street Fighter. But as tabletop gaming themselves, they say it's definitely a must-play game and a punch above the rest. So that's BattleCon, Devastation of Indies, and yeah, looks absolutely fantastic as a entry system coming into this, where you just get a massive bunch load of BattleCon, and seems to be a good bargain, even if it's at the $100 rate for me coming into Mexico. But yeah, it's like a super big box retail game with stunning amount of content that blew me away when I found out about it. So this is one of my shortlist, and we'll see what else is on the list coming after this. Now then, Adele, I've also been enjoying The Weeknd, his album The Highlights, but released a song that I heard this year. It's quite, if you listen to The Weeknd, this is not in the album, but it's The Weeknd Take My Breath, and it really is a standout. I think it came out as maybe a single before the album, but it's really wonderful. Gives you why I'm really enjoying The Weeknd, who's artist from Canada. He's really got this kind of 80s beats, and feels a little bit like computer game beats as well in the mix. Got a good singing voice, but I hope you really enjoy this song from, I think it was this year, Take My Breath, The Weeknd. Now, next game from the retail is Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Corpse and its expansions. I think this game came out before 2021, but now the expansions are all here. It's rounded the game out, and it's done by Gale Force 9, which are fantastic. You might have heard of them doing the Dune license, and I think this Alien one has come a little bit under the radar. The base game was criticised for the fact that its characters were a little bit samey, but if you get the expansions, one of them which is Get Away From Her You Be *******, Get Away From Her You Bitch, which is the Alien Queen, it actually adds a more RPG where your characters can level up and you get to actually deviate between them all, so there is a difference between the classes, so that's really, really good. There's loads of boxes for this, but the 3 that you really need is the base, Another Glorious Day in the Corpse, Get Away From Her You Bitch, which is the Alien Queen, and you are doing missions that are following the films of Aliens, so the Alien story. Also got the Ultimate Badasses expansion, which is the one that you need, I think, for the character development, because it comes with 64 experience cards, so you actually need that as well. So you actually kind of getting a lot here. And there is a Assets and Hazard expansion, which gives you plastic minis for the furniture around the boards. But as an Alien franchise, this is like a campaign game with absolutely looks fantastic now that it's rounded out with these expansions, because now you're feeling the roleplay element of taking these characters from the movie and leveling them up. and it really looks really fantastic. Now, getting expensive, yes, because the base, the expansion, they are £50 a pop. Ultimate Badasses is £25 and £11 for the hazards. If I want to get all that from Amazon, it's coming out at around $210. So this is another expensive retail, peeps. And but it's looking absolutely fantastic. This is definitely way up there in my hot list, and I'm really excited about it, because I really think the criticisms have been leveled out with the expansions, and now we're looking at a fantastic game. Love campaign stories, and the minis for the aliens and the alien queen. The characters are all badass, so looks phenomenal, this game. Now the magazine actually did 2 pages on this, because it was looking at all these 4 expansions, and it said that it was a solidly implemented, if slightly flawed, co-op survival simulation of a timeless action movie. Downgrade to a maybe if you don't like assembling minis or resent feeling compelled to buy expansions. So if you don't like buying the expansions, this is not for you. And if you don't like creating the minis because they're coming on spruces, this is not the game for you. But if you don't mind putting them together, it's just basically scalpel, knife and glue, for God's sake. Putting these minis together, and of course you want to buy this with the full expansions, because it fulfills the game basically. And I don't think it is flawed when you get all these boxes and you put them together, because if you're a sci-fi fan, you like the Aliens franchise, this is definitely a shoe-in for a full-on co-op game that it is. So because Nemesis is semi-co-op, almost competitive, this one is full-on licensed co-op though against the aliens, and that's what's so spectacular, is it's delivering the action from the Aliens movie. So yeah, Gale Force 9 knocked it completely out of the park for me. Alright, looking at music again this year, this little one stood out. I'm not a massive fan of Ed Sheeran, but the Bad Habits song that he brought out this year was a little bit cool, actually. I like the kind of disco-y feel that he has with his song. So yeah, he's made it into my song list, and I think this is another good one from the year. So Ed Sheeran with Bad Habits, please take it away. Oh, now then, we're back into the Euro games. Whistle Mountain, of course. Was this not last year? If it was, it didn't hit retail until this year. Those pesky YouTubers getting these games early. Whistle Mountain is basically an incredible Euro game. Incredible, coming in at £70 from Bezier Games. Wow, it's expensive, isn't it? Isn't it? It's on Amazon though in the US for $60, which is actually a bargain for Whistle Mountain. And I got it $75 with delivery to Mexico. I said I got it, I will get it if I order it, if it's one of my picks for $75. So it's coming in at the cheapest end of the games thus far. It's interesting because you've got 3 workers which are all different airships, airship, blimp and a balloon, hot air balloon. And the worker spots are all around the board on this game. So you've got a ton of options to pick from, and you've got so much variability because the water is rising and you're trying to save people from drowning. And it has like a time gate on it as the water's getting up to the bridge, and trying to save as many people as you can. So richness with choices, and massive variability. Yeah, the magazine says 17 different starting abilities, 24 upgrades to the variety of the worker placement spots, and replayability is immense. Definitely 2 to 4 player this one, by the way, 60 to 90 minutes. checked out more reviews online, especially Tom Vassell did an incredible review of it also, which got me also my tail flapping, and Tabletop Gaming also give this a gold star must play game. So it's kind of, for me, under the radar, super great Eurogame with a rich theme of trying to get your airships to rescue people from a bridge that's collapsed. Looks fantastic, looks great as well. And let me read what Tabletop Gaming said. Whistle mounting is a wonderful puzzly juggling act. You're building structures that become communal, but ideally you want to maximise your own benefit whilst restricting or hindering others. The chunky components are a delight, and despite the complexity, the rules are easy to follow. This game has it all. It's well worth the price tag. It's super cabra flicky calidocious. I can't say that word, but they pulled that big word from, is it, what's that woman called? Mary Poppins? Super cabra, I can't say that bloody word. Can you say it? Anyway, Whistle Mountain definitely on the list, and these three are big, aren't they? Super big games that I've shortlisted in the retail space. Been actually pretty good year, isn't it? Well, what have we got coming up? We've got two more we're going to talk about. So, what song have we got next? Well, I've been picking songs out of pop, but what about jazz and jazz? Yeah, Veronica Swift. If you don't know who Veronica Swift is, she's a US artist who has famous parents and brought her first jazz album out at the age of 9. Okay. And her father passed away, so I think this is the first album she's done without her father doing the music or playing one of the instruments. So she's got a little bit more soul, a bit with it, like Adele. She's putting a bit more feeling into her songs, and the title of the album is The Bitter Earth, and the first track is The Bitter Earth, and this is Veronica Swift singing her song, This Bitter Earth. Now, as we move away from Tabletop Gaming Magazine, these next two, I'll talk about this one first. Basically, I got it via the Dice Tower. They did reviews on the next two, and that led my research to getting more videos, more information about them, of course. I don't just watch one video, I do more research to see if we can get into my list, of course, my short list. But this next game, World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King. Re-implementation of Pandemic. I love World of Warcraft. My all-time favourite video game. Well, not really all-time, really. It has its own section of best MMO I've ever played. Can't take Mass Effect off me, I'm afraid. But I guess all-time World of Warcraft would be at number 3. Although I've spent more time in World of Warcraft than any other game, so, you know. Anyhow. This looks really good, actually. I like that they've brought all the art over from the game as well. You're all the heroes with distinct abilities. Yeah. Not too complicated as well. You can bring people in, and yeah, you're trying to stop the spread of my scourge. There we go. I almost forgot what it's about there. But yeah, you've got the heroes there: Thrall, Varian, the King of Stormwind, of course, the old one. Sylvanas Windrunner herself, of course, the Banshee Queen. And yeah, it's a dice chucker. You might get unlucky with your dice, and it's nice. You got those lots of things happening here. I love the minis, look on the table, and the fact that you can team up and fight together is all that good. And you know, you've got the Lich King, obviously, the enemy that you're trying to do. And I like that they've got a miniature of the Ice Crown Citadel as well. Well, it's not a mini, it's made out of card and all that good stuff. So I love that, you know, they've just lifted the map from Northrend, which is one of the great places in World of Warcraft to visit and to actually do quests in. And if you've not played a World of Warcraft, amazing starting zone now, really brand new for starting players, and then when you finish it, you can actually go to Northrend and level from level 10 to 60, and it's a fantastic continent to level through, actually. And the way World of Warcraft have done it now, you can enjoy all the content as you're leveling now, as they've redone it. So yeah, this is just a really phenomenal game, and it hit my shortlist just because I don't have Pandemic. Pandemic is in my gamer group. I've not played it for years, but this is a nice spin on it. And obviously it's not got the whole COVID bloody spreading nonsense. This is actually going in with the good theme of World of Warcraft. And I think the Pandemic system works well for how the Scourge would be spreading across Northrend, the northern continent of Azeroth. And wow, you can play this game with the music from Northrend as well, which is fantastic music there. I love the music up in Northrend, and looks to be one of the best licenses of World of Warcraft that I've seen in board gaming, and this is why it's on my retail shortlist for 2021. Oh man, 4 games now, all looking phenomenal, and I can only find World of Warcraft at Miniature Market for $80, so this is another expensive game, but won't ship to Mexico. World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, so I'm waiting for this to come to Mexico if I choose to get this one. But it's looking stellar, looking very stellar, but if I do choose it, it will be on my kind of pre-order list for whenever they can send it here to Mexico. So yeah, one more to come after this next song, and I'm sticking with Veronica Swift because I've fallen in love with her, and this one is Trust in Me. And the reason I like this song is that she makes loads of fantastic, she's good at doing jazz sounds with her voice, and in this one she's almost using her voice as a musical instrument to copy what the musicians are doing. It's really phenomenal work from Veronica Swift, and it is one delightful song to hear. So this is Trust in Me. Veronica Swift, please take it away. Now, peeps, the last song on I keep saying last song, don't I? Last game on my watch list. This game was actually a Kickstarter. And it's bloody expensive. Role Player Adventures, $130 on Amazon. No. Yes. Saw Tom Vassell do this with his kids, and it got me really interested in it. Love how the campaign is run with all the different choices you're going, and the fact that you can fail choices and fail forward, like how that works, like how our NPCs that you meet, you can meet them further along in the storyline, like the fact that when you do stuff you write down codes in your book, and sometimes when you get later on it says, do you have this? Kind of similar to Waste Nights 2 actually, as that works through its campaign, but it's got this nice, I call it generic fantasy, I just think it's unique fantasy. They've got the unique setting, and you've got a ton of books to actually go through lots of stories, so nice progression through the game, and your character will be growing and growing and growing as you go through it, with a nice amount of different abilities and stuff like that. It's just really interesting RPG system that they've got in place, with a unique way of using cards and dice manipulation to do stuff like picking locks and all sorts of what you'd expect to do in an RPG. It just looks really, really good. My little beef with it is that on the Kickstarter they had Nefara's Judgment expansion, which included backstories to all the races, including special stuff for the characters. So if I'm getting Roleplay Adventures, I have to get Nefara's Judgment, and that is like Miniature Market $33 plus Miniature Market $132, so that's going to be $165 if I pick Roleplay Adventures, peeps. And again, everything's been expensive, isn't it? Why can't I go for little retails? Because they're not as fascinating as the big ones, of course. When you love Kickstarter, you love the big monster boxes because they just give you so much. And I like the fact that retail games, not, obviously Roleplayer is Kickstarter, but the other ones are very ambitious and they've got a very high retail price compared to what you may expect retail games to be throughout the year. So absolutely phenomenal Roleplay Adventures. Looks great. So which two of this mega list have I picked? Roleplay Adventures, Whistle Mountain, World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, BattleCon Devastation of Indies, and Aliens from Gale Force 9. Well, I'll come back after this song, and we're going to pick a Christmas song because it is December, and it's going to be a classic. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. This is by Sugar Pie and the Candymen, which is a more musical, jazzy take on the classic song you might know as a kid. So yeah, this one's really fresh and quick, as well as less than 3 minutes. So we're back soon, telling you my retail game. And when I come back, I will be talking, of course, about The Wheel of Time, Episode 6, and Star Trek, is it Episode 4? The Season 4, Episode 4, the latest one that came out. I'll be talking about that one too. So, back soon, but Sugar Pie and the Candymen, please tell us and sing to us, Santa Claus is coming to town. Now the final part of the show. Did you guess? Did you guess? Did you guess? Did you guess? Well, Whistle Mountain. Yes, Whistle Mountain. You. And Roleplay Adventures, of course, because I love campaign stories. I've got to say, World of Warcraft, I might have had to break the rule and put World of Warcraft in because it's so strong for me, but the fact it's not shipping to Mexico is a bit of a downer, so that could still make my 2022 list. And BattleCon Devastation of Indies is looking that good. I might have to stretch a third one this year, surprise, surprise, and get that. But Aliens, I just think it's too expensive for getting everything. It just fails the list. And unless next year has a terrible year of retail games, I might have to bring Aliens back. So what am I saying here? Roleplay Adventures and Whistle Mountain, World of Warcraft when it comes available, BattleCon Devastation of Indies, of course. So I pick 3 and 1. What, this has been an incredible year for retail, and I had to pick 4? Oh my goodness me! With Aliens as a failing number 5. Well, competition was too much here, and wow, 4 retail games. That means this year was incredible. In fact, a lot of the retail games were Kickstarters, and I got all the good ones. Yeah, but I did miss Roleplay Adventures, so it's great to pick that up at retail, and all that good stuff. Hey, let me know about your retail choices this year, because most people on my channel are all Kickstarter fanatics, and maybe you don't go into the retail space, but I'd love to know your retail habits. How many do you buy? Do you do it like me, wait until December and do a big research overload in December to find what you're going to pick and all that good stuff? Well, I just like doing that. Or you're one of these people that goes to Gen Con and gets their games, the whole retail haul for the year, going to Gen Con, which is pretty much what I would be doing, what I'm doing now, isn't it? You go to one part of the year, and that's when you look at the whole space and you get the games from it. But I think when most people go to Gen Con, they come back with like 10 games, don't they? Come up with a massive list. But usually 2 retail and 10 Kickstarters, I want to say, in a year. So yeah, 12 games, and I'm guessing it's going to be 14 with these 4 retails. So yeah. Anyway, if you've been watching my channel, you probably know which ones I've backed. We kind of spread backing here at the station, so that's how it flows. Right, peeps, let's talk about some TV. Let's start with Wheel of Time, actually. Really loving the series. Episode 6, fantastic again. Moraine taking the chapter by the horns, meeting the Admiral's seat, and of course getting every one of the kids into the city. Actually felt longer than it felt. It was a good meaty chapter, and I love the fact they're going into the ways at the end, and Loyal is there too. And yeah, the story really is picking up. I'm just kind of, why is there only 2 more? I'm really getting into the story. And how long is it going to be before we get to season 2? But if they're going in the ways, how long are they going to spend on episode 7? Because it's kind of a big chapter in the book, the ways. But they're going to have to split it anyway with Matt not going in there. So it is going to be interesting. And we're in for a fantastic finale, if obviously following the book. So, Wheel of Time, have you not started watching it yet? What's wrong with you? It's amazing! Because if you like Lord of the Rings, you're going to love the Wheel of Time. Let's quickly talk about Star Trek. Is it started yet? What's going on? They seem to be doing lip service for characters that seem to be leaving the show that were in previous shows. We've still not got the lady engineer back on the ship. Where's she? Want her back. The big threat there in the universe is on pause as other things are happening. But I'm patiently hoping Star Trek goes somewhere, because at the minute they're not even using the ship, are they? They're not even using the ship's ability to jump around the universe and do stuff. The minute it's kind of, parked itself in space and things aren't really happening yet. But I'm still enjoying it, and at this stage in season 4, I'm totally committed to the story and look forward to see what's happening next, of course. TV is good, peeps. Is there any other TV shows you're watching at the minute that you recommend? I know there is the Marvel Deadeye guy, the Archer guy. I can't remember his name. He's got his own TV show, hasn't he? And there's the Cowboy Bebop TV show, which I've not seen either. But if you can recommend any, that would be nice. Tell me in the comments. Well, thank you so much for listening. This has been broadcast episode number 6, looking at my retail super hot list. And I'd love to know what your retail games this year were and what you thought of my list. Is there any of them that you have? Let me know what they are. Or is any of these games on my list that you completely think I should not get for reasons? Please tell me. I'll be back next week talking about my upcoming schedule for the channel. In fact, it might actually be a podcast of the YouTube channel that goes out. I'm going to spoil it now. Let's bring up the schedule. Right, this Friday. This Friday, I'm going to be looking at the best games of 2021. These are going to be games under $100. So that's what's going to be coming out this Friday. It will be recorded as a podcast and will go out on the YouTube channel on the Friday, and it will go out on the Sunday on Podomatic. This is just to give YouTubers a bit of a, they'll get it early because Podomatic are getting everything early. But for Christmas, I've let the YouTube channel get stuff early. That'll be on Friday. Let's just look at the list. So the date then, best games under $100 of 2021. That'll be coming on the YouTube channel on the 17th. On the 24th on the channel, which is a Friday, Christmas Eve, I'm going to do the best games on Kickstarter in 2021 over $100. That's going to be a big one. And then on Friday, New Year's Eve, I'm going to do the worst games of 2021 Kickstarters. All these games were mega successful, and I'm going to be telling you what the final nail in the coffin was that stopped me backing these games. And for me, it was criminal activity for me, and I just had to stop backing it. What games did I pick? That'll be coming up later on the year. So just a reminder, next Sunday will be the podcast version of the YouTube channel, games under $100, so look out for that. Of course, I'll have a mixture of music, and I will be breaking it up, so it's 50% music as normal. So yeah, thank you so much for watching broadcast, and for all you on the podcast and for all you on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. And this has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. I hope you're having a great December with all your Christmas shopping and everything's going well. I really hope you get snow and all that goodness. None for me in Mexico, but whatever you're up to, I hope you have fun. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye from me. Take care, bye-bye. Did I forget a final song? Did I forget a final song? Hey! What song should I pick? Well, it's going to be a Christmas song, isn't it? Isn't it? Let's pick a song then. This is Astro del Cielo. It's a swing song by Melania and Christian Lizzy. This is a good one to end on if you like a bit of swing. So yeah, Melania, Christian, please end the show with Astro del Cielo.